Find the product z1 times z2 and the quotient z1 over z2, where z1 and z2 are given in polar as complex numbers. To find the product of the two complex numbers in polar, we use the formula z1 times z2 equals r1 times r2, open the bracket, cosine of theta 1 plus theta 2 plus I sine of theta 1 plus theta 2, where r1 and theta 1 are the modulus and the argument of the first complex number z1, and r2 theta 2 are the modulus and the argument of the second complex number. So we would need to know r1, r2, theta 1, theta 2, but given z1 and z2, we can read off that r1 is 3 and theta 1 is pi over 3, r2 is 2 and theta 2 is pi over 6. Again, the complex number z1 has the modulus of 3 and the argument, which is the angle, pi over 3. The complex number z2 has a modulus of 2 and the argument, pi over 6. Thus, the product z1, z2 is simply r1 times r2, 3 times 2, open the bracket, cosine of pi over 3 plus pi over 6 plus I sine of pi over 3 plus pi over 6. Simplifying this, we have 6 cosine of pi over 3 plus pi over 6. The common denominator is 6, so we multiply 2 over 2 in the first term to get 2 pi over 6. The common denominator is 6, so we can combine the two fractions, 2 pi plus pi, which is now 3 pi over 6, or simply pi over 2. Remember that pi over 3 is 60 degrees and pi over 6 is 30 degrees, so this is the 90 degrees angle. Cosine of pi over 3 plus pi over 6 is now cosine of pi over 2. And similarly for sine as well. The argument is now pi over 2. This is 6 times cosine of pi over 2 is 0, plus I sine of pi over 2 is 1. So this is 6 times I, or in the standard form, this is 0 plus 6I, where A is 0 and B is 6. But it is simple to simply write 6I. This is the product of the two complex numbers in polar. For z1 over z2, we use the formula r1 over r2 times cosine of theta 1 minus theta 2 plus I sine of theta 1 minus theta 2, where r1 is 3 and r2 is 2. Cosine of theta 1 is pi over 3, theta 2 is pi over 6, plus I sine of pi over 3 minus pi over 6. But pi over 3 minus pi over 6 is pi over 6. So this is 3/2 cosine of pi over 6 plus I sine of pi over 6. 3 over 2. We know that cosine of pi over 6 is root 3 over 2 plus I sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. Distribute 3 over 2. We have 3 root 3 over 4. 2 times 2 is 4 in the denominator, plus 3 over 4i. This is a complex number in the standard form. with A equals 3 root 3 over 4 and B is 3 over 4. This is the quotient of the two given complex number in polar.